What's up? It is Dan McDonald, and I just finished making 3 quarts of the ultimate lemon ginger blast. And I had a few requests for a parasite protocol, so this is a great opportunity to share that with you because I think the lemon ginger blast, coupled with the lipozyme to break up the biofilms and the herbal blood to kill all of the parasites, fungus, and candida that overgrows inside of us because of the dysbiosis due to the, sort of the artificial human dietary, whereas there's no oxygen in the food. So it's an anaerobic mucoid biofilm buildup that is mostly concentrated in the gastrointestinal tract, of course, the liver, the kidneys, all the glands, the lymphatic system, of course, becoming gluey and sticky, and then even in the joints and in the fascia and in the brain and in the lymph nodes in the neck and the tonsils. Everything's trying to detoxify this artificial synthetic hyper-stressed, inverted world. And so I understand. My heart goes out to everyone. I'm really glad I got on this a long time ago and kind of became aware of all the conspiracy theories that actually kind of made sense, And a lot of the writers that I would read all through the centuries, really, they were, truth is more of a smaller group of people that are aware of what's going on with governments and institutions and human consciousness itself. I mean, rarely do you find someone that's like, let me put my hand down and help you up, especially within those institutions and whatnot. So we're kind of on our own here, folks. You know what I mean? As far as self-care, health care, taking care of your own health, because the powers that be are the antithetical to that, because you're like a customer. You're a very important customer, and you understanding your own body, your own consciousness, and avoiding, for the most part, there's always emergencies and unforeseen, but in general, if you take control of your health. Now, this is a very unpopular thing. People are like, look, I like the Cheez-Its, and they haven't killed me yet. And then they get an undiagnosable thing or whatever. And by then they're 10, 20, 30 years down the wrong and wide road. So it's always the day to turn onto the narrow path that maybe, has some, there's discipline, there's willpower, and then there's working with the archetypes, trying to get the little different aspects of your being to harmonize so that everybody can be like, okay, we'll have a treat once a week, but let's not get like addicted to this stuff. But I'm more of one to where I changed my treats, you know what I mean? To where it's none of the synthetic, artificial, processed, ultra-processed foods. And a lot of the influencers will be like, well, you can have a little bit of it. And I'm more like, if you can completely eliminate processed foods from your life, you're going to be a lot better off, and that's going to help you with the parasites, the microbiome, the depression, the diabetes, the obesity, because all of the chemicals and the fake fats and the colorants and the additives and the sugars that throw your system out of whack are in those ultra processed foods. And then there's levels and levels and levels to this thing where you can just go and eat very moderately, and you'll be moderately of the most wholesome, natural food that you can find around you. Now that's more and more rare, but basically, like if you had a plum tree and you got plums for a month or 6 weeks, you would focus on eating as many of those plums as you can while they're there on the tree, and the ones you can't eat, you might even consider, dehydrating at low temperatures, or, some people like to do canning and stuff. I'm not a big fan of that at all. I understand why people do it. It does make sense, and since the apocalypse is definitely due to happen sometime in 2024, due to the nature of the whole thing that's about to be a powder keg. But we'll see what happens with that. It should be entertaining, to say the least. But we got the lemon ginger blast, okay, folks? And we've got the apples, lemon, ginger, celery, cucumber with turmeric in there for the ultimate lemon ginger blast. And we've got the parsley, mint, fennel, arugula, dandelion, and then I threw in a nice little red Thai chili pepper. Let's see if it's up to snuff here. I want to make sure it's got enough of a kick. Not bad, because I actually have some more. It could probably use another one, but I'm actually going to leave it at that. It's not have as much of a kick as a habanero, but that's fine. So I've got the lemon ginger blast. I just wanted one of these bad boys today, and that is the ultimate green juice, baby. Can you dig it? And so I'll tell you what you do to get rid of these parasites. You drink the lemon ginger blast every day, okay? Oops. That was a lot of foam in that one, so I'll wait till that settles down. But this one's mine. So you take the lemon ginger blast that I just described to you, the ultimate lemon ginger blast. I'm going to throw some shilajit in there to really optimize it. Just one little squirter full. And then one cool thing, I'm actually going to do it today. Nice. Man, I'm telling you, man. I think I want it a little bit spicier. Or leave off all the hot peppers out of my food, but when it comes to the blast, I want a blast, okay? One cool thing is to put the lifetime right into your lemon ginger blast. Take a tablespoon of that, put it in there. And then stir that up. And that's just basically right there. I mean, it's over, man. It is over. Done. Now I'm going to take, you don't need, if you put the lifezyme in there, you don't need the pyrazyme, but you take 8 pyrazyme and you take 8 herbal blood every day to get rid of the parasites. And if you really want to do it, you'll do that 3 times. You'll do all 3 of these jars, and you'll do this 3 times. Can you dig it? And you'll see a massive shift in every aspect of your life, for sure. If depending on your diet prior to that, you'll have explosive diarrhea, possibly, which wouldn't be a bad thing. People are like, diarrhea, it's terrible. It's like, no, you want that out. That's all the sludge and the slime that's being dissolved from the fruits and the apple, and so the fruit acids and then the vegetable saps. They just so the other thing you can do, I'll tell you here, is actually also that will help too, is the cleanse. Just getting the cleanse in there. So what I do is I do the protocol. I do the cleanse in the morning, then you do the pyrazyme and the herbal blood in the afternoon with juice number 2. Then you do the Pure Life, the probiotics, to clean everything up and send all the housekeepers down in there to gobble everything up and transform it into healthy, bioavailable nutrients for your brain and your body and your muscles and your ATP and your mitochondria, which are microscopic microbes. So you're basically trying to nurture microbiology. You don't even eat. You're pure light, but the body eats. And the body is basically a microbiome. It's an ecology. It's an environment. So you can either have paradise with clean flowing rivers like the blood and the lymphatic system, or you can be like a toxic, apocalyptic wasteland. That's how you do it. So whatever you put in is what you're feeding that environment, and that environment becomes either a, pristine paradise, or for the average person, just more like kind of like a trailer park suburbia, where it's like, well, it's not like a toxic waste dump, but it's also not like a pristine environment either. And then there's the apocalyptic wasteland with oozing, goozing stuff you can't touch, you can't even drink the water. So where do you want your ecology to be? That will be the quality of your thoughts and the quality of the expression, because the soul is the pure light. But if the vessel with which it's trying to be, so in other words, if the saxophone that you're trying to play through or the flute is all clogged up and hasn't been cleaned in about 8 years, and it's been sitting in a closet and it's way out of tune, then the music that's coming through is going to not sound right. It's not going to be harmonious. The tone will be off. But if you keep your instrument clean, the player of the flute, which is the absolute, the divine, will express itself through you more beautifully in tone. Can you dig it? So you're trying to clean out your gut. So you use the enzymes to break up all the biofilms where they're all hiding, creating this, circular motion. And then once the biofilms start to break down, you can get them to be exposed to the herbs that are irritating for them. They're like, I don't want to be here in this. They want sugar. They want flour. They want even pesticides and heavy metals. They want undigested proteins, undigested carbs. They want undigested fats. They want an anaerobic environment. What you want to do is get sunlight, and you want to get oxygen, and you want to get living water and living minerals and living enzymes and herbs that create an environment where they don't even hang around. There's no mold, there's no parasites, there's no candida. A little bit as part of the microbiology, but it depends on whatever you feed it, that's what's going to grow, And it does appear that some of the plant eaters are the ones that live the longest. Longevity, the moderation of the plant eaters. You know what I'm saying? And there seems to be a correlation between actually vegetables, which gets the lowest rap of all. The fruitarians are like, oh, vegetables on a lower level. The carnivores are like, oh, vegetables on a lower level, But the herbalists were always the ones, all throughout history up until the 1900s, when they brought in the pharmaceutical, the American Medical Association, cartel. And now everybody's like, well, they don't know, nobody knows anymore that the herbalists were the only ones that ever got any healing. And then you had all these, throughout the centuries, we had the people that got results with the people that had the cancer and the other diseases. In some way or another, they were using herbal type formulas, juicing and things like that, and diet to help their clients to get well. Fasting was also used. And in tandem, herbalism and fasting, you can do some crazy stuff. And you don't want to get too maniacal about one position or one kind of cult-like group, you know, and everyone's got the little factions. You got the carnivore factions, and then you got the vegan factions and all this stuff. But you want to be like, have tools, man, and an open mind so that you can ride the ride of life and have hella skills and hella tools with an open mind instead of saying, well, I would never do that. That's too much sugar. Well, a fruit fast in the middle of the summer when you're getting ripe plums or fresh apples might be exactly what you need at that time. But if you have it in your head like all sugar is bad, it'll kill you tomorrow in 1 second. You see what I'm saying? And there's all these different factions, and then you lose the ability to be like intuitive with the changing of the seasons and whatnot. So, I mean, I could go on and on about all that, but and I'm just saying that because, dude, I'm like more balanced than I've ever been in my life, man. Right now, I thought about that today. I'm like, the consciousness is balanced. I'm not perfect or anything like that, and I'm still working on stuff for sure. But there's just this balance there with the lifestyle that I've been living. Because I've gone to this end and I've gone to this end, and now I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like, let's round all this out so every day is a nice, steady, stable, grounded, yet energetic life. So I put the Livezyme in here. That's just the added extra bring it. You can't eat too many enzymes. Believe me, I've tried. We just get more and more. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Most people can't really do 8 capsules at a time, but yeah, boy, DTM, he's a pro. Okay, let's do 8 of those bad boys. Herbal blood, freshy fresh, and then we're good to go. So that's your little parasite lecture to clean up your gut. The Paradigm is the gut healing company. All this prebiotic fibers, enzymes, probiotics, herbs, some good stuff. Mm-hmm. Fresh. Can you dig it? You can get healthy. You can. It's a lifestyle that lasts for the rest of your life. You know, it's not a little quick fix. You stay on it and you just keep getting better and better. And then you learn about all the other stuff that I keep deep inside my heart because it's a little more controversial. But one of these days I'll tell everybody what I think on how to get away from the Matrix, the Borg, sort of the death machine, and get into life as much as you can in today's modern world. But really, you can do a lot of cool stuff if you move in that direction, you know, of nature as much as you can, fresh air, sunshine, exercise, sleeping, no stress, high vibrational nourishment, investing in like whatever you need, and figuring out what's going on with your system so you can get it harmonized and balanced. And then you just like, it's not like, oh, a 3-week thing or a 6-month thing or a 40-day juice fast or something. It's like, no, it's like forever until you're enlightened. And then you're like, you just don't care anymore. And you just take it. I don't care. Then you just eat whatever comes your way or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, as long as you're still conscientious and you're the one, you know, you just take care of the temple, clean the flute. Oh, bro, legit. Thank you for watching this video, giving it a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. We'll keep the video marathon rolling. Appreciate you very much. I do enjoy this job. Take care of yourselves. God bless.